Hey everybody, Rebecca here for the December 2024 budget review. It has been a month, and matter of fact, it's been a year, because if we're doing the December 2024 budget review, then that means 2024 is over already, which is just crazy to talk about. I feel like this year has flown by, probably because I have been working 2 full-time jobs for the last 6 months. So yeah, that's gonna make time seem like it's going by quickly. But it is Christmas this week, so Merry Christmas if you celebrate. I hope that you are spending time with your friends and family as one should, and not working yourself to death like I am. But if you are out there on the grind like I am and working this holiday season, then kudos to you. I respect the hustle for anybody who is out there working their financial independence, retire early plan like I am. It's been a good year this year. As I was finalizing the budget, I was updating everything, including my portfolio, taking a look at how much I've invested for this year total. It is the most that I have ever invested in my life in 1 year's time. And yeah, it's just crazy. But make no mistake, it is coming at a cost. I don't know if you can hear it in my voice. I can still hear it, but I spent the whole last week sick. I have not been sick in years, even with COVID coming through. When I got COVID, I honestly just thought that it was allergies. I was surprised when my COVID test came back positive. And I mean, the only reason I tested for it is because everybody was coming up positive. It was during the Omicron wave, and me working in healthcare like I do, I felt like I should test for it since I was having symptoms, and sure enough, it was COVID, even though I felt mostly okay. So anyway, this last week I did not feel okay, and I did miss some days of work. I missed a dentist appointment. Yeah, I was laid up in bed, and I took that as a sign that maybe working these 2 full-time jobs is a little bit much. And honestly, it probably is a little bit much for me. However, it'll take more than just a cold, you know, to get me to quit one of the jobs. Not that I'm asking for anything more than a cold from the universe here. Just stating as a matter of fact that it would take more than just a bad cold for a week to knock me out of one of the jobs completely. Although I did seriously give some thought to scaling back my goal of how long I'm going to keep working these 2 jobs yet again. If you have been with me for a while, you know, when I initially took these 2 jobs, I had this goal in mind to work 2 full-time jobs for 2 years. If the second job ended up being more on the quiet, slow side, well, it's not. So that quickly got scaled back to just working the 2 jobs for a total of 13 months. And the reason for 13 months is that last month, the 13th month, would end up being a 6 paycheck month for me, because both of these jobs pay bi-weekly, and they pay on the same week. And you know, when you're on that pay schedule, there's a couple months out of the year where you end up getting an extra paycheck in the month. So if I can make it 13 months, then that last month is going to end up being a 6 paycheck month from both jobs. But honestly, after struggling through last week so much and going back to work still not 100%, I mean, I'm still not 100% now, but I'm clearly on the upswing from where I was, so I'm okay to work. But I seriously just started thinking about maybe I should just scale back that goal to 12 months. If I can just make it to the full year for the second job, then I get the full sign-on bonus amount, that $15,000 that was offered as a sign-on bonus for sticking it out for a year, and then quit after that. So I don't know. It could have just been, you know, the illness talking. I was just so tired and starting to question why I was doing this to myself. But, you know, we'll see going forward. That is an option if I decide to do it. You know, the main thing was just making sure I get that full sign-on bonus, stick it out for a year, and then kind of assess where I'm at. But yeah, that's kind of the catch up for me for how this month has gone. Other than being sick for that week, you know, it's been fine. I just work a lot. I know that I am not posting a lot anymore. It's easier for me to just do like one big monthly update video for you guys. And, you know, if you're just interested in the budget review portion of it, I can timestamp that down in the description box below to jump ahead. But yeah, that's how my month went. It was a little bit of a struggle, and this week being a holiday week and the fact that I'm working, I am thinking that, you know, work should, one, be more on the slow side. You know, most people stay out of the ER during the holidays, but two, I will also get some holiday, you know, bonus pay for working Christmas Day. So, you know, that'll be nice. And three, I am actually looking forward to 2025. My first month in January for 2025 is going to be a 6 paycheck month. So, and it's going to be really nice because my job that I have had for years had retention bonuses offered for those of us who had been employed for years with this company. And I am getting my final retention bonus paid from that job in January, plus, you know, the 3 paychecks from the other job with the 3 paychecks from my primary job. It's going to be a good income month to start off 2025. So, you know, the fact that the market has been a little bit in a correction mode kind of for December. You know, we went on a sugar high in November and my portfolio hit all-time highs in November. It was mind-blowing. But it seems to have pulled back a little bit in December. And if that trend continues, honestly, I welcome it. It is fine because I will be having some extra money come January that I can throw into the market aggressively. I mean, y'all know me, I'm always investing as aggressively as I can, but it's going to be especially nice in January. Anyway, for December 2024, let's look at the budget, how my budget went this month and where all of my spending went. And if you're a channel member, then I will also make a video for y'all going over what my investing totals were this month, where my portfolio currently sits, as well as my total amount of money that I have put towards the portfolio this year, which is crazy. And then I will also do a net worth update video after the last trading day in December. So, I mean, we're almost there, but not quite. So for accuracy's sake, I'm going to wait until January to actually put out that net worth video, but I do have that on the dock for y'all as well. So with all that said, let's jump into the budget and see how the month went. All right, so here we are looking at my December 2024 budget. Y'all can see the income, what I expected versus what I actually brought in. My first paycheck from Job A was a little bit higher than anticipated, and that's because I had some holiday pay on this check from working Thanksgiving. So, yeah, literally working all the time. Holidays doesn't matter. I'm just always at work, but the end goal is really starting to be in sight for me. So it is worth it to be able to be completely free and think that I will never have to work another holiday again. So, yeah, this is all just a temporary grind and it's worth it in the long run. But man, it does suck when you are in the trenches. I am in the messy middle, like just embracing the suck as much as I possibly can. So, yeah, the income for the month was pretty good. The second paycheck also was a little bit higher than anticipated, and this is because the second paycheck actually reflected a new raise that I got from my job that I have had for years. So, yeah, I think going forward now, my paychecks are going to be a little bit higher than this $23.50 that they usually are from that job. We'll see. This is just the first one. So, yeah, if I get, about 2,500 per paycheck, that's nice. But for this Ko-Fi thing is somebody did leave a tip for downloading my spreadsheets that I have available on my Ko-Fi page. They're all a free download. You can check the first link in the description box down below if you'd like to use some of these spreadsheets yourself. But occasionally I do get someone who will leave a tip, and that's what this 409 is from the Ko-Fi. So totals, again, a little bit more than I expected. I thought I would bring in about $9,400 for the month, and I brought in just over $9,700 for the month of December. And for this last budget month of the year, I do have some extra columns out here to the side that I just think are interesting. I like to track how much net income just purely from my job that I earn throughout the year. And I keep a running total so I can see at the end of the year how much money I have earned from working each job. So from the job that I have had, the net amount of money that came into my hands this year was over $67,000. And job B that I've been working since the end of June, so about half the year, about $35,000 already from job B that I earned. So in total here, just from my jobs, the net amount that I have earned this year has been over $100K. And that is 100% the reason that I was able to invest as much as I did for 2024. But yeah, it's hard to realize that is how much money I have earned this year. You really don't think about it until the number is just staring at you in the face like that, especially when you're working 2 full-time jobs like me. Like, all I do is just work and grind. And yes, I do these budgets and everything every month, but when you're focusing on the month, it's easy to not think about the totals. So yeah, once I got to the end of December here and started seeing how some of these things have added up, it's just crazy to me. Anyway, looking at my bills and spending section here of the budget, my mortgage payment, like always, $820, and I owe about $124,000 on the house. That is my balance after my December payment went through, $124,092.95. I have paid off a principal amount of $3,200 this year. And yeah, my total spending this year for my meds, vitamins, protein that I buy was about $1,100. Personal miscellaneous spending, it's a lot, but there were some really big purchases for the new house that we have in Sweden, and yeah, that just is what it is. I like to see how much I'm spending every year, but this is artificially high because of the new house, and I'm okay with it. Moving on, my utilities here, I budgeted $150, but they came in a little less at $120. AT&T has jacked up my internet bill ever so slightly once again. They went from $70.25 to $75.25. I still do not have my fiber internet hooked up and running yet, despite them saying soon all the time. So I don't know. We'll just see whenever they finally get that hooked up and running, and I will cancel my AT&T internet as soon as they do. Gas and car wash, I budgeted $100 and I spent $74.91 this month. Food and household was over. Yeah, this is high normally because of my Cook Unity meal delivery service that I use while I'm doing these two jobs. So about $1,000 is par for the course for me now. But the reason why this is extra this month is I did have some like comfort food spending last week when I was sick. So yeah, it just is what it is. I went over by a pretty decent bit on the food and household this month. This month was also when I renew my car insurance. That's a semi-annual thing, so that was $625.68. Pest control, I mentioned this in the November budget review, but they are going to come monthly and treat around the outside of my house, and that's going to be $60. But they also, this month, replaced all of the vents around the crawl space around the outside of my house because the vents that I had did not have flaps on the inside that could close to help control the moisture underneath the house. So anyway, they said that would help with the moisture and the bugs. So yeah, I was like, please replace those for me. And I am happy to report that I have not seen any more bugs anywhere around this house since that freak out episode last month. So yay for that. So that's totally worth it. I mean, maybe it wasn't even necessary at all to do this. It could have just really been a fluke thing that happened, but I wasn't going to take that chance. So anyhow, $664 the pest control this month, which, that's a pretty big expense there. Things do add up quickly as the month goes on. Y'all can see I did also spend a little bit on some calcium this month, and I also had to refill my thyroid meds. So total there was $36.36. And then I spent almost $300 this month personal spending on some replacement vacuum cleaner bags. And I did also buy a smart scale for the new house that I wanted. And I did buy a different litter box and trash can. So, long story short there, I had bought an automatic litter box that I have ultimately decided that I don't like, and I ended up giving that one away. So I replaced it with a different litter box and just a basic trash can for the litter itself. But yeah, almost $300 spent on personal miscellaneous this month. So out of my budgeted plan for expenses, I thought I would spend about $2,765 this month. I actually spent almost $4,000. And I mean, if you've been with me for any length of time on this channel, you know that's how it is pretty much every month. I very rarely actually stick to what I budget. Basically, my budgets are more of a spending tracker nowadays. I do just want to see where all my money goes so that I can keep track of how much I'm actually able to invest to meet my FIRE goals. I want to know what my savings rate for the month is so I can make sure that even if I am spending a lot, I am still saving and investing a lot so I can get to financial freedom as fast as I can here. So yeah, for December, y'all can see my savings rate was over 66% this month. That is great. Working like I am, it comes at a cost, but it is worth it because I have made some huge, huge progress towards FIRE this year. This has really been a life-changing year for me when it comes to FIRE. If you've really been with me for this whole year, then you might recall come January of 2024, I still had debt. I had my car payment. That was the last debt that I had at the start of this year, and I owed about $17,500 on my car. And I managed to pay that back relatively quickly in 2024. And then factoring in taking in that second job after I was debt free, I just started shoveling loads of money into the market, and that's what I've been doing since I took that second job. So this has really been a good year for me financially, all things considered. Becoming debt free is a huge milestone, but really I am more proud of the amount of work that I have put in to grow my portfolio. So yeah, whenever I do make it to either a year or 13 months working these two jobs and I am ready to give one of them up, I am really going to pat myself on the back for just grinding it out and doing it, because there are any amount of people out there on YouTube who talk the talk about fire, but I am hard pressed to find anybody out there who is actually walking the walk. I honestly don't know of any other YouTubers out there who are doing what I'm doing right now to get to fire. So, leave me a like and a comment if you appreciate the hustle. But for real, if you find this channel inspiring for you on your fire journey, then, share it, because Lord knows the YouTube algorithm is not rewarding this channel anymore because I don't upload very frequently on this channel. I don't have the time for it. But, if you know somebody who is really wanting to turn around their finances in 2025 and they need somebody else out there who is just on the grind as much as I am, and they can find this channel inspiring for their journey, then by all means share it with them. I would love to grow this channel bigger than it is, but I just doubt that's something that the YouTube algorithm is going to help me with naturally. Anyway, my am I financially independent yet percentage progress towards my fire number. If you were following the channel last month, you know that this was 70% or over, as a matter of fact, I think. But the market did have a little bit of a pullback this month. So I am now back under 70%. I'm only at 68.76% of the way to my fire number. But, that just is what it is. The market, how it moves, is out of my control. All I can do is contribute to my portfolio as my funds come in, and that is what I do. I just constantly dollar cost average into the market, no matter where it's at. So that pretty much wraps it up for the December budget. I have about $45 that I am rolling over into January. So yeah, this has been a good month, despite being sick, and a good year for me. So the grind continues. I am about halfway through working these two jobs like I am. So, if I can just keep going and make it for that full year, I will definitely consider it a win. If you're a channel member, check the membership section of the channel, and I will pick up where we leave off here and go over all these investing numbers with y'all. So see you over there for that one. If not, I'll see you in my next video. Bye, y'all.